We're witnessing a fashion revolution, and it's down to three characters. When fashion designers get stuck, they often look backwards. And a few years ago, Y2K fashion became a trend for Gen Z and young millennial. I don't know about you, but something was just off with that aesthetic. It reminded me of how nerds used to dress in 1999. Sort of like Steve Carell's character in Crazy Stupid Love before he got some wardrobe advice from his new dating coach.
What do you mean? These are my 407s.
Oh, the 407s. Can I see them?
Yeah. These offer a lot of support.
Right.
Well, however, something has changed. Designers noticed that this new generation of menswear fans didn't want the minimalism that had been the mainstay of fashion for the previous decade. They wanted freedom. Freedom from uniform color palettes, particularly the obsession with wearing neutrals and black. Freedom from the discomfort of fitted or tapered looks that had menswear in a vice-like grip for over a decade. So what is the Y2K aesthetic that is changing the menswear landscape? And if you are in your 20s, how can you ride this tidal wave and elevate your personal style? In this video, I will define the Y2K aesthetic. Then I will highlight some key pieces that designers have used to redefine and speak for an entire generation. Y2K fashion is defined by three things: techwear, maximalism, and the globalization of streetwear. Designers have reworked key pieces, taking nostalgic fits from the early 2000s and fused tailoring and sportiness, creating a baggy aesthetic that's not just comfortable, but fun and expressive. So here are some of the key pieces that underline this trend. Baggy jeans. Now, when they were first introduced, they looked sloppy. It looked like kids wearing curtains. But designers have reapproached the way these jeans are cut, refining them and giving us a composed and relaxed masculine aesthetic. Cargo trousers. Now, I'm old enough to remember in 2001 when they first hit, getting a pair of cargos, and they were reintroduced a couple of years ago. They looked exactly like that, like utility pants, like something that workmen wear. Thankfully, designers have reapproached the cargo pants, introducing techy new materials like nylon and ripstop, and giving them a little bit more visual interest, a little more sophistication and lightness. Now they really look at home in the menswear landscape. Graphic hoodies. Now, again, if you're in your 30s, you remember Academics, you remember Echo and Scott. These had all over prints with rhinestones and they were very sort of logo-centric. Well, graphic hoodies are back. But now brands are kind of playing with this sort of ironic humor of bad taste that works when it's done quite well. It's really picking up a lot of momentum at the moment, and I'm actually quite excited to see where this goes. Graphic tees. Similar note to graphic hoodies, graphic tees, ladies and gentlemen, are back. In the early 2000s, we used to see Abercrombie and Finch have very logo-centric graphics. Ed Hardy was another brand that stands out from that period. Now we're seeing graphic tees reflect more of an attitude and a way of life rather than flexing a brand. So we're seeing more graphics that reflect a belief rather than just a brand name and just flexing and showing off, which I think is a good move. Wraparound sunglasses. Now, I was watching the NBA playoffs and noticed that Ant-Man Anthony Edwards was wearing wraparound sunglasses during an interview. I'm really surprised how a brand like Oakley, which in the early 2000s, for context, was a brand which I would have associated with extreme sports, people who do cycling, sort of very active people. Oakley has spotted an opportunity to reinterpret wraparound sunglasses and tap into sort of like the world of hip-hop and streetwear. And they've done this successfully, and it just shows that the Y2K aesthetic hasn't just been simply repeated, it's been reinterpreted and joined a conversation that resonates with a younger audience. And wraparound sunglasses really do highlight that. Trucker hats really confirm this narrative because in the early 2000s, trucker hats sort of had logos plastered on them. Quite vividly and most memorably was Von Dutch. Now trucker hats continue an online conversation and attitude towards life. So instead of logos, you're seeing sort of memes. printed on trucker hats. And that seems to be what's resonating with people in their 20s, which again just sums up what this Y2K attitude and spirit is all about. The key takeaway to understand is that fashion, like all great art, every now and again does what it's supposed to do, which is speak for a generation. Great art is supposed to document and represent the times. In the early 2000s, it was a time when the world was first being digitalized, mainly through digital TV, flip-up phones, and dial-up internet. It was a time of optimism and anxiety. The new millennium represented opportunity and uncertainty, and fashion wanted to break free from these shackles and be more fun, be more relaxed, and step away from the minimalism that had dominated the 90s. Gen Z is the first generation that has grown up and raised in a digitalized world. They have grown up documenting and sharing their entire lives with their micro worlds, witnessing their every move. They too, like the early 2000s generation, share an anxiety and a restless optimism. Y2K Reinterpreted shows me that designers have finally got to grips with the new emotional temperature of this generation. Gen Z has found its visual voice, and menswear for me is better for it. That's my musings. What do you think? Are you in your 20s? Do you class yourself as a Gen Z? What do you think? Does fashion speak for you? Does fashion represent how you feel about the world? Let me know in the comments. This is part of a series where I'm talking about my musings on fashion for different generations. Last time I was talking about people in their 30s. Obviously this video has been focusing on people in their 20s, but if you're watching this and you're in your 40s, stay tuned for my next video because I'll be talking about what I believe, how you should approach fashion and style at your age. Once again, guys, thanks so much for supporting the channel. If you're new, please subscribe for more videos like this. If you've enjoyed this one, like it, share it with somebody who you think might also enjoy it. Always a pleasure making videos for you guys. And of course, smash that bell button to be notified next time I post. Until next time, guys, I'm Tinashe, the gent next door. Peace.